You have probably clicked on this video because you have some interest in the end times. You might just be curious, believe it will soon be here, or may even believe we are already in the end times. Well, in this video I'm going to show you how certain films are subconsciously preparing people for what is to come without even knowing it. Let's begin. I know what you're thinking, why would these film companies want to prepare people for the end times? After all, it's not like these film companies are Christians and want to help people. I believe the reason isn't to show people so they will be better prepared, but so people will accept the terrible and out of these world events as a normal or scientifically explainable event, rather than associating the event with the Bible or God's punishment. So the film we're going to look at in this video is Greenland.
Is this Clark, this interstellar comet?
Right? I mean,
Yeah, big news.
some of Clark's larger fragments are now expected to enter our atmosphere.
That's right, and now they're just...
What are they saying?
More of the same.
I bet you it's gonna make a heck of a show.
Whoa! Where are they going?
I don't know.
One of the first chunks is about to hit.
Ants?
Only part of it is going in the ocean.
Would you look at that?
Wait, where's the explosion? We now are getting word that the fragment has hit Central Florida.
Oh my God.
Wait, are some more pieces gonna hit?
Come on, let's go.
But the sky's on fire.
2 days. They got it all wrong. There's a ton of fragments. Planet killers.
Space agencies are predicting an extinction level event.
We're gonna be together, all right, kiddo? We're just trying to get to safety.
They've been tracking the military flights to bunkers in Greenland.
It's our only chance.
Perimeter breach, perimeter breach. Runway 33.
Allison! Nathan! Allison!
Where's Dad?
We'll find him. It's okay.
Clark's largest fragment will hit in less than 24 hours.
I swear, I'm gonna get my family into that bunker. I know you will, son.
If you are hearing this broadcast, seek shelter immediately.
What is it? What's going on?
If you are hearing this broadcast, seek shelter immediately. Seek shelter immediately.
Hang on, Nathan.
Seek shelter immediately. Seek shelter immediately.
The first angel sounded, and hail and fire followed, mingled with blood, and they were thrown to the earth, and a third of the trees were burned up, and all the green grass was burned up. Then the second angel sounded, and something like a great mountain burning with fire was thrown into the sea, and a third of the sea became blood, and a third of the living creatures in the sea died, and a third of the ships were destroyed. Then the third angel sounded, and a great star fell from heaven, burning like a torch, and it fell on a third of the rivers and on the springs of water. The name of the star is Wormwood. A third of the water became wormwood, and many men died from the water, because it was made bitter. As you can see, there is a striking similarity between what Revelation says in chapter 8 about the first 3 trumpets and what this film is showing. So overall, we are unsure what these first 3 trumpets will be. They do sound like meteorites hitting the earth. Now, I've only showed you the trailer of the film, but the story arc is, in the beginning, nobody's really that worried about the meteorite hitting, because they're all been told that it's just going to land into the sea and there will be no risk to them. But as you've quickly seen, this wasn't true and they were actually being lied to. And I want to draw your attention back to the aeroplane clip where we saw all the aeroplanes flying. Now, if you see this, you know something's up, because usually it's the rich and powerful that get told first when a disaster is about to happen. And of course, later on in the film, they're all rushing to get into these bunkers where they'll be safe. Now, in the film, they were safe in the bunker and they managed to survive, but this reminds me of that quote in Revelation. Then the sky receded as a scroll when it is rolled up, and every mountain and island was moved out of its place. And the kings of the earth, the great men, the rich men, the commanders, the mighty men, every slave and every free man, hid themselves in caves and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, Fall on us and hide us from the face of him who sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath has come, and who is able to stand? So the real question now is, so what? You know, it's a film about a meteorite hitting the earth. What's the big deal? Why are we all comparing this to Revelation? Well, the reason is subconsciously people are viewing this and they think it's normal. They think it's normal for a meteorite to fall out the sky and wipe out humanity. It's been normalised for quite a while now. But when you watch it in a movie, you can almost visualise yourself in that situation. So, eventually, when Revelation does start to take place and these meteorites are falling out the sky, people won't attribute it to the Bible and what Revelation has said. Instead, they will think about the film they watched and attribute it to that, thinking it's just a normal event. And that is why so many people in the end times still won't repent and ask Jesus for forgiveness, because they still don't even believe, even when it's right in front of them. Their whole perception of what is going to happen to them has been twisted by these films. I think as Christians we need to start looking at how the end times are going to be from the opposite side. And what I mean by that is we need to see how people are going to be reacting that don't have Christ, that don't believe that this is a punishment from God. We need to start looking at it from Satan's eyes. The reason I think it's important that we do look at it from this angle is because if we don't, we're going to miss valuable things that are happening today that give us clues and indications about where we are on the timeline. A lot of Christians make the mistake of thinking the end times are suddenly just going to appear like that, and it's not true. Things are happening today that are preparing the whole world to accept what is to come, and just part of it is in these films. So that's it. If you liked the video, please give it a like and feel free to subscribe. I plan on making more of these videos and getting better at it every single time I do. God bless.